Shalom, shalom. Man, in today's video, man, I want to talk to, single believers and give you some wisdom, give you, some understanding about what you're dealing with as far as the dating market in these last days, because things have changed. The Most High Yah's word has not changed, but the way people operate, how crafty they are, has changed. And I don't want no believer out there getting taken advantage of. So I'm gonna talk to you about witches and warlocks. Let's talk about it. All praise to the Most High Yah. Shalom. Thank you for tuning in to another Righteous Spirit-filled episode. Today I'm back at it in them trenches, handling that kingdom business. Man, I realized, back when I was an Army recruiter, that, I had been out of the game, and the way young men and women operate is completely different. While the word of the Most High Yah still stays the same. He never changes. Man, there's certain things and certain people biblically that he tells us to avoid so we don't put ourselves in any unnecessary hardships, trials, and tribulations. But when you reject that word, you get set up for the okie doke. Okay, the way the game is being played now, back before I was married and single, searching for my wife, people were exchanging numbers. You would exchange numbers. Let me get your telephone number. I call you. Man, the game has changed. Nowadays it's all about, let me get your IG. Let me get your Snapchat. Give me your Instagram, your Facebook, if they're doing that one. But I saw that back when I was an Army recruiter, how the method of communication has now changed. And one thing that allowed me to be a very effective Army recruiter is, I would look people up on their social media just to see. I could know before they came in the office to talk to me whether they had a high probability of doing drugs just by some of the stuff that I saw. Were they affiliated in any street life activity? This is all stuff that I learned how to navigate and be able to tell based upon somebody's social media. And what I'm telling you to do is don't be so desperate for love. Don't be so desperate to have some companionship that you get with somebody that the Most High Yah has told you in his word to avoid, because we are in the last days and people are out here trying to take souls. When it comes to, witches and warlocks, if you get somebody's social media that's potentially interested in you and you're interested in them, for men out here, if you look up a woman's social media and it looks like soft porn, her doggone Instagram name is something crazy, Sweet Cheeks Miami or something like that, and you go into her profile and it's set to public and everybody can see it and she's up there butt naked, if you go to that comment section, I guarantee you, that woman is moving in the capacity of a witch and she's taking souls. And if you look in that comment section, you will see the men, the bathwater drinkers, the toe suckers, the booty hole eaters. You will see all of them in the comment section, waiting on their turn. And they're just hanging around. You have to be mindful of that, because people with social media and personal life, people will use their personal life to sell themselves as something that they're not, and vice versa with social media. But, you can have a woman and flat out in her face, she'll say, yeah, hit me on my Instagram. I'm looking for a good traditional man, godly man. And then you go check her profile out and you like, well, what is going on in here? What in the 50 Shades of Grey is going on? That's your first indicator. That's your first indicator. And I'm telling you, when you look at a woman like that, that's putting it out there publicly for everybody to see and has no shame about it, you might be dealing with a woman that don't even know she's moving in the capacity of a witch. and she's taking souls. And one thing about witches is sex is a portal for the exchange of souls when it comes to witchcraft and warlocks. They're going to appeal to you with pleasure, making it seem easy, making it seem like they freaky. And if you desperate, man, and if that is your area of weakness, man, you're going to be the next victim. You know, what will a man give in exchange for his soul? You know, women out here, you know, man, if you go to a young man's or a man's social media and his Instagram or Snapchat is, you know, YN Ball Johnson. For those that know what YN stand for, YN Ball Johnson, aviation specialist. You go to my boy's page and he up there doing the helicopter with his meat out. This is set to public. Everybody can see it. You look in the comments, look at the women. Look at the women waiting. Oh yeah, I'll let him move in with me. He can do that in my house anytime. He don't have to work, pay no bills. Leave these men alone. Leave these men alone. You can look and tell if somebody is on drugs. You know, they're going to be up there posting this stuff. If somebody is a drunkard, you know, every other photo is them out on the weekends drunk with they doggone, you know, friends, they girls or they boys. Leave these folk alone, man. I'm telling you, they're bringing more baggage into your life. And right now you have an advantage, man. Back when I was single, you didn't have that advantage just off of a telephone number. But nowadays, you mean to tell me you're able to discern the inside of somebody's life and how they're moving, and you won't take that as a resource? You could, men, you'll save a lot of money on dates when you look at some of these women, the way they're moving on social media, before you go out and spend your money on them on a little date and find out some stuff that you could have did a pre-screening. You know, do a background check. Social media is a free background check, and people are giving it out all days. And I want you to understand, man, employers are not hiring people if their doggone social media looks crazy. You should be doing the same thing, man. You shouldn't be taking in no applicants or no doggone entertaining no women that they social media is popping like that. You know, looks like a doggone porn site. You know, your boy YN Balls Johnson is a whole D-boy. I'm telling you, man, the Most High Yah set standards for us that he expects us to keep. And it's our fleshly desires that lower that standard and try to make all kind of exceptions. But I'm telling you, man, it'd be better off in these last days if you were able to keep your peace, keep your fruit of the spirit, and be available for somebody that the Most High Yah puts in front of you, contrary to somebody that your flesh is interested in, but they ain't no good. You know, this is a different time frame. These men and women are moving different. You know, this goes for older men and older women. You got some thotting grannies and some thotting doggone grandpas out here, you know, that's looking for a freak off party and some baby oil. You got to watch out for this stuff. You got to flee from these sexually immoral people, because you can't be entertaining darkness and expecting a blessing. It ain't going to work out like that. So I just want to share that with, you know, this younger generation. And, you know, this is something that my sons are not of getting out there entertaining women age, but man, we have some real talks about this stuff. So they're not getting out here hitting up with the okie doke. You know, you might, as a man, you know, be thinking that you got a genuine shot with a young lady, and you look at her social media, man, and she's selling that thing. This is the reality of what's going on. So do your research, do your homework, so you're not wasting your time, so you're not compromising what you believe, your faith, your values, your moral, because there are some morally conflicted people out here, and they all looking for love. They all telling you they attend. They all telling you they ready for marriage. They want to be husband or wife, but you, man, the onus is on you. Closer to Y'all Ministries, kicking it gun barrel straight.